Hello there, I'm Mrs. Jinta Titus and I'm here to help you with your English syllabus for class 6. English is a beautiful subject, don't you agree with me? English is a universal language, and when you master this language, you can go anywhere, all around the world, and you can face anybody very boldly. I'm sure you agree with me. When you finish your 6th standard itself, you're going to be geared for your 7th standard, and you'll know the difference, like how English has given you a lot of confidence in life. I'm sure you enjoyed your holidays. Now we are going to discuss a little about that. You had a wonderful time, didn't you? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So you had lots and lots of fun during your holidays, and now it's time for you to study. Okay, let's go on to study our Unit 1. As we start with Unit 1 in your English reader, we start with the first prose lesson, Her Dream Bicycle. This lesson talks about how the golden opportunity of learning to cycle made a vast and dramatic difference in the life of a young girl and her vision of life. This story is set in the backdrop of a beautiful revolution called the Arivoli Iyakam project. This was started in Pudukkottai in 1990. This project inspires all the women folk of the village to learn to cycle, which would make their life much easier. Now children, take out your books and we are going to do this first lesson in detail. Her Dream Bicycle. Malar lived at Kiranur village in Pudukkottai district with her family. Malar was studying in class 6. She was 11 years old and had 2 elder sisters and a younger brother. Arul, her father Kadirvel, was a hard-working farmer. Of late, the rains were irregular and he could not always cultivate the 2 acres he owned. Her elder sister Punni was married to a mason and lived in Mathur with a little son Vikram. Her second sister Mallika had decided to learn tailoring after class 10 and was attending a tailoring course in Mathur. Attending the course also gave Mallika a chance to visit her sister. But walking all the way made her tired and she often missed classes. We now see that Malar lived in Kiranur village in Pudukkottai district with her parents, her sisters and her younger brother Arul. And we find that the father Kadirvel is an agriculturalist. He did farming and he had 2 acres of land, but he could not make both ends meet and he was struggling in cultivating the land. We see that the eldest daughter, Punni, is married and she settled in Mathur. She lives with her husband and a little son, Vikram. The second daughter, Mallika, is a girl who finished her 10th standard and went on to do a course in tailoring. She wanted to learn some trade. And this, she had to travel a long distance, but this gave her an opportunity to visit her sister who was living in Mathur. But she had to walk a lot of kilometers, which made her very tired, and sometimes she often missed her classes. Her mother used to scold Mallika, "Oh, why are you so lazy? You must attend your class regularly." Mallika would reply, "I walk 9 kilometers every day, 4 kilometers to the tailoring class, 2 kilometers to fetch water and 3 kilometers to take lunch for father when you are busy. You can't call me lazy. In fact, nobody in their home was lazy. Mother would walk 1 kilometer with her friends to school and back. She and her friends would chat and play all the way back. One day, Arul and Malar had just come back from school. Her father came in looking very upset. He said to his wife, Shanti, it seems that the collector is not satisfied with teaching only maths and Tamil. She even wants women to learn cycling. Malar was very excited. She said, Father, is it only for mother? Can I learn? Mallika was interested too. She said, if there is anyone who needs a bicycle, it is me. Arul said, this is really good. I can teach both of you to cycle if you buy me a bicycle. Their father was angry. Keep quiet, he said. No woman in my house will learn to cycle. A week passed. What their father had heard was true. Women were being taught to cycle at no cost at all. In many homes across the villages in Pudukkottai district, there was a lot of discussion on women learning to cycle. In Kiranur too, women were beginning to cycle to do many things. One day, Shanti told Mallika softly, borrow Radhama's old bicycle and bring it here. We are going to learn to ride it. When Malar's father returned, he saw Mallika smiling widely and guessed why. He said gruffly, all right, but be careful. He looked at Shanti and smiled. Have you started learning too? He asked. Yes, she said. It makes things much easier. Malar was busy dreaming of the future. She saw herself riding a brand new bicycle along a smooth long road to school, to college, and then who knows, maybe even cycle on a rainbow to the clouds. Well, I'm sure you enjoyed the lesson and you learnt the importance of cycling. Now, we shall go on to the exercises in the lesson and we begin with the opposites. As I read out the answers, you just look into your book and mark it as and where necessary. I shall write the answers on the board for you. The first word is elder. What is the opposite of elder? Right, younger. The second word is regular. What is the opposite of regular? Irregular. The next word, always. What is the opposite of always? Never. The next word, after. What is the opposite of after? Before. The fifth word is lazy. What is the opposite of lazy? I am sure you are not lazy. You are busy. The sixth word